Good evening, citizens of Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe. As we all know, we have a very important election coming up. You, as a citizen, your vote is probably the most potent weapon that you have at this point. And there are a few ways to use that weapon. First and foremost, we know that we have numerous candidates at various levels that are contesting. Personally, you all know that I am favoring change. However, I would prefer real change and not just a change of people and keeping the same system. You see, tokonokufananidza nebhora. Pa World Cup yapera kana muchitamba formation ye 4-4-2 and you change the entire team, but munongotamba formation ye 4-4-2 zvakare, pane zvachinja here kana kuti kwete? We have had two of the biggest parties involved in a government of national unity at one point. They were also involved at various levels of portfolios, levels of government, levels of council, parastatals, etc., etc., and have performed badly. They have a clear-cut track record of failure. These people lived luxury lives, and yet we have alarming levels of poverty within Zimbabwe. So why don't we vote for real change? There are three choices to make on voting day: your councillor, your MP, and your president. Personally, I would say that a vote for APA, BZA, ZIP, or POVO, or any of the independent MPs and councillors would be a wise choice to make. Why do I say this? Well, the official opposition, as well as the ruling party, have been voted for as councillors and MPs since 1980, and the opposition since the year 2000. In Parliament and Council, they are ineffective. Simply, especially the opposition, because of two things. One, the opposition is basically hamstrung by the fact that the local government and ministers are controlled by the ruling party and they have no power really to do much. Now notice I said much. Point number two, the little that could be done by the opposition is not done because they are either incompetent or corrupt or a combination of both. So if we know that this is what we are going to get again, tinoziva kuti ma opposition MP nema ruling party MP vamwe vatone 20 years vari MP, vamwe vane 10 years, vamwe vane 5 years. In my own opinion, 5 years as an MP or a councillor is more than enough time to do what you want to do, and you need to stand down and let someone else rule. But we have seen that yet again they continue to fail in Parliament. They continue to fail in Council. Imagine a Parliament or Council with a majority of independent members. What do we have to lose, really, by voting for an MP or councillor other than from the two main parties? We have nothing to lose, because even those ones that are there from the two main parties, they accomplish nothing, and nothing is happening anyway. Even those who say our best hope to remove ZANU is to rally behind the most popular candidate. Vamwe vari kuti Brett unopenga shamwari, ngatitange tabvisa ruling part tozoona kuti tozoita sei after MDC yapinda. Two things about that. Mugabe was popular when he was voted in. So was Hitler and Stalin. Secondly, is an observation I have made. I have come into contact with quite a lot of people. My day-to-day business, my social circles, social media, a lot of people admit that Comrade Nkosana and Comrade Manyika and a few others are actually better qualified and better suited to lead Zimbabwe, but don't have the numbers, they say. Some of them are saying, Regaiti pinze MDCT, ikangopinda chet, totoa visa at the next election in 2023. Well, imagine if we followed our gut feelings and we voted for those two, either of them, doesn't matter, along with a couple of others, as long as it is real change. Change underlined by principles and morals. They probably actually already do have the numbers. It's just that as Zimbabweans, we are stuck at that level where we can only think of voting either or. Either or. We have to change that mentality. Personally, I don't see a military takeover losing an election right afterwards. And even if they lost, I don't see them leaving office. So what we are actually voting for is the official opposition after 2018. If we are lucky, the opposition may be invited into a GNU as the best possible outcome. So, wouldn't it be great to have the likes of Comrade Moyo, Comrade Manyika, Comrade Blessing, etc., all those independent candidates? Wouldn't it be nice to have them in Parliament, all part of a GNU? Imagine if we all went and voted for those people, APA, Build Zimbabwe, Zip Povo, and so forth, and we had a rerun. And maybe, just maybe, one of them featured. Imagine these leaders were mature enough to form a coalition amongst themselves and decide to combine forces in that rerun. Imagine if that coalition actually won. This is what can happen if we all follow our gut feelings and put principles and morals first. Whatever happens at these coming elections, politics in Zimbabwe has changed. We now have options. We have decent, morally upright and qualified options. We have matured. We have the ability to chart a new course, different politics, new politics. No matter who wins, our political landscape will never be the same again. A solid foundation has been laid. If you support real change, speak up, let your voice be heard. There's a saying, you cannot do the same thing over and over again and expect a different result. That is called madness. For 38 years, pane vanhu vari kuvhotera the same party, doing the same thing over and over and over again. In opposition, we have the same people in Parliament for 18 years doing the same thing over and over again. Asi tinopenga here? MaZimbabweans takanyatsokwana here? Mukaona muupenyu hwenyu mega zvenyu kuti kubasa ukoko hakusi kuita, munoita sei? Munoregera basa. Pakudanana chaipo mukaona kuti pakudanana pedu hazvichanakidzi, munoita sei? Moramba. Pabhora chaipo chaipo mukaona kuti maakudyiwa, munoita sei? Mochinja coach, mochinja team. Asi papolitics maZimbabwe tinongoona uyu kana kuti uyu. It's time to change that mentality. Lastly, my comrades, this is an election. Life will go on after this election. This election is not worth a life. It's not worth your life. It's not worth someone else's life. It's not worth killing. It's not worth hurting other people. Remember, once everything is done and dusted, vanhu ava vachanwa tea vese vachinakirwa kuState House, muparliament vachipanana doro netumabhanzi. Isusu tinechienda sei? Techitsvaga basi, techitsvaga kurarama. So be safe and think about Zimbabwe you would like to have. Think about the Zimbabwe you would like to leave for your kids and your grandkids. If you like what we said and you want to see some more videos, then please feel free to check out Brett Movet's YouTube channel or our Facebook page, also entitled Brett Movet. Thank you very much. Tinotend.